as is.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like Dale Earnhardt. When they drop that green flag, you never catch him sleeping.
But Freddie Graves was very smart as well, his crew chief, on the tire strategy. He pulled a stunt yesterday that really helped Hornaday win that race.
That was out in Colorado where the trucks were running. Well, Gordon stays first, Martin second, and it's 1 second between first and second, taking a little further back. The Waltrip brothers getting together, 16th and 17th position. There's the 21, the famed Wood Brothers car, and the 1, Michael, Little Mikey, leading older DW.
DW going with him. They're working a little strategy there. Can't make the move on Nemechek, but just behind them, Bill Elliott. And you also see the 10 there of Ricky Rudd.
Michael, that Nemechek just in front of him, mentioned earlier in the telecast. Nemechek was on the pole for this race a year back. He's running 15th at the present time. And we're still showing 26 cars, 27 cars in that lead lap. Get a whip pip, whip around. It's easy for you to say, Baker. Randy, get in here.
Sterling Marlin, you guys, he started in the 31st position. He's currently riding in 10th, so he's had a good run and made great progress. I just talked to his crew chief, Tony Glover, and asked him, is there anything else you can do to make the car better so you can progress up the chart even further? He said the bottom line is, this is about as good as we'll get. We're very good on old tires, but I don't know if we can go any further than where we are right now. Steve Burns?
Well, Randy, Mark Martin has never won a Winston Cup championship. In his pits is a spare nose piece for his Ford Taurus should he have problems. And take a look at this. Go points race for Mark Martin. Let's go to Alan Bestwick.
We're back here in the garage where the Remington team works on Rick Mast's car. Rick, what happened?
I don't know, Alan. Something in the transmission that, was going along pretty good. You shift here. We shift twice here. I do during the race. It's real easy shift. Nothing like a road course. We lost overdrive for some reason, and then it started turning up the transmission. But the car was real good. The run before, we'd gotten it off a little bit. That particular run there, I mean, the car was flying. I was fast, coming up through there. Each lap we were half a tenth quicker or half a tenth slower than the leader. Really trying to be a little conservative for a change. Just trying to get over this bad luck deal. But it bit us anyhow. So maybe Indy, man. Maybe Indy.
All right, Rick, good luck next week. What's that, the third transmission today, Ken Squire?
I believe it is the third transmission today. Understand that Brett Bodine's trying to get back out there, but this is the track that does tear up motors, tears up transmissions. But I must say, again, the engineering of these Winston Cup guys, that attrition that we thought was going to be developing, cars following by the wayside, that's not happening.
Well, so far so good, but we're only on lap 96 of the 200 laps that we have to go around here. And as this race wears on, surely we will see some more engines fail, some transmissions fail, and probably some other pieces and parts go away as well. This racetrack is just so tough on equipment.
Yeah, 96 laps, 240 miles complete, getting that 250 very, very shortly as Jeff Gordon plays the role of dominator, leading now by 1 and 4/10 seconds over Mark Martin in second place. Back with you live, and we're halfway. When they come to the line this time, halfway, and indeed those leaders have it. Gordon, Martin, Labonte, Burton, Mayfield running the front 5 positions here this afternoon in the Pennsylvania 500 live on TBS. And here's what you'll find at TBSSuperstation.com at this moment. Live in-car cameras. All the racing from Pocono, live in-car cameras, plus a whole lot more. Driver profiles, games, and track details. So we urge you to log on now. That's TBSSuperstation.com. There you see it. TBSSuperstation.com. You can ride with Waltrip, Darrell, Martin, Musgrave, Ward Burton, Kenny Irwin, Sterling Marlin, Rich Bickle, Jeff Burton. Live in-car camera pictures. You can find them right there. Again, that's TBSSuperstation.com. Down on pit road. Is that the 90 in for another ride?
Yeah.
Junie Donlevy's car. Dick Trickle getting some work done on it, running 38 slot.
4 tire change for Trickle. Remember, he had that tire fail early in the event. You can see how the right front fender is all blackened up from the tire whipping around and beating it up.
I'll tell you one that's whipping around and beating up on the rest of them. That's Mayfield. Buddy, you were pointing out that Mayfield has broken away from the people he was running with, and all on his lonesome, is closing down from 5th spot on those 4 leaders: Gordon, Martin, Bobby Labonte, and Ward Burton.
Well, his crew told me this morning, they said, listen, don't pay any attention to our qualifying. We are very good in race trim, and they're proving it right now, moving all the way up to 5th and closing in on the lead pack as we speak.
It's 1 1/10 seconds between 1st and 2nd, but Mayfield's only less than 3 seconds back, 2.9, and he is closing in.
Yeah, his crew chief, Paul Andrews, really knows this racetrack. He has won here with 3 different drivers: Alan Kulwicki, Jeff Bodine, and Mayfield.
You know, the one thing I'm noticing right now, Earnhardt himself is moving up. He's moved all the way up to 7th spot right now, and looks like he may be gaining just a little bit on that lead pack.
Good run today for Earnhardt. Lurking in the top 10 all day long.
Well, we've gone the first half. Let me ask you guys, attrition has always been the story. This has always been a long, tough race. Have to be several cautions and lengthy ones here. None of that's happening today. From your expertise, Mr. Baker, better cars, better preparation. What's the story?
Great communication between crew chief and driver right now as to what to do to adjust on these cars, because everybody right now probably is having some little disagreement with the way the car goes through the corner. The ones that can really critique what they need to do.
Dick Berggren?
Well, this morning I walked through the garage and asked crew chief after crew chief, what is your strategy today? And almost all of them said the same thing. First thing out of their mouth, finish, finish, finish. They have all got finishing this race on their minds because they know how tough this racetrack is, and they want to be sure they're around at the end to collect the cash and the points that are there for them.
PIV, patience is a virtue. Race summary. 4 leaders, lead changes, 5 of them. Just 1 caution. And that's why that speed has been kicked up to 151 plus mile an hour average around this 2.5-mile track. And that's considerably faster, 7 miles an hour quicker than the old record that Rusty Wallace established 2 years back. This is a fun track to go to just because you can sit in the grandstand and see these drivers having to attack 3 different kinds of racetrack, 3 different corners, this big long straightaway. No matter what you do, you've got to compromise somewhere on this thing to get around.
These 2 cars you're looking at, Rusty Wallace, he's falling back a little bit. We're getting a report that he has a lot of push in the car. Dale Jarrett not up to speed like we're used to seeing him here at Pocono either. I'm sure he's having a little handling problem.
New viewers, push.
Push, that means when you turn the front wheels, you lose grip with the front wheels and it goes out towards the wall.
Right for the fence.
The only way you can stop it from pushing is back out the throttle. Get it under control. When we say
something
lose,
Baker never did.
That's why I started my own private junkyard many times.
And that push will also eat fuel, which is very often a critical factor here at Pocono. The further you can go on a tank of gas, the better off you are. And when these cars push, they eat gas.
Yeah, well, that attrition story, boy, what a reversal that is. 42 cars are running on the track right now, Dick.
Yeah, well, there won't be 42 running on the track at lap 200. I'll virtually guarantee you that.
That's Stock Car Racing Magazine speaking, folks. That's not Baker nor Squire. We'll let him hang right in there and see what happens. All right. Let's take a look at Mark Martin as Bobby Labonte in the 18. The Joe Gibbs car begins to run him down.
Oh, the great battle for second right now. Mark Martin closing in just a little bit on the 24, Jeff Gordon. But you look at Bobby Labonte, his car is running very well. And Mayfield's moving in a little more as we speak. Great run by Ward Burton, though, sitting there doing a great job in 4th spot.
And when you think that 120,000 people are sitting here watching these cars and understanding the professional level the sport has come to, knowing the nuances, the subtleties of the game, and how well these drivers are dealing with them. For every lap, there's a little more oil down. The weight changes a little. You run off some fuel. And they still stay right on the edge, ready to fall off the cliff on every lap and keep on attacking.